Santham Academy. Welcome to Digital Kaksha. To get updates on new videos, click the subscribe button and the bell icon.
Hello students, welcome to the class. Today we are going to talk about chapter 2 of Flamingo, and the name of the chapter is Lost Spring. Here the word spring is associated with childhood. Childhood, where a child is always in a good mood of chattering, playing and making noises. Just like in the spring season, the flower blooms everywhere. It gives happiness to everyone. Similarly, childhood is a time when even the child enjoys the most. And here in this chapter, the author Anis Jung is talking about the plight of people at two different places. The chapter consists of two parts. The first part is talking about the plight of the poor rag picker of Simapuri, Delhi. And the second part of it deals with the miserable condition of the bangle makers of Firozabad. Let us see these two parts one by one. Before that, I would like to say something about Anis Jung. Anis Jung is an Indian author who was born in 1944 in Hyderabad. After her education and graduation from the Osmania University, she went to US for her higher studies. Then she started her career as a writer, and mostly she focused on the plight of women in the society. She has written many books, and from there, one of the books titled Lost Spring is taken as a chapter in our book. The first part of the story is titled as Sometimes I Find a Rupee in the Garbage. This is a story of a boy called Sahib. Every morning, narrator used to meet Sahib and his gang, who are rag pickers. And on being asked, why are they not going to school? Sahib replied that there is no school in his neighborhood. So he is indulged in rag picking. Hearing this, the narrator made a comment that, if I open a school, will you be coming to the school? He said yes. Saying this, the narrator went off. And then, after some days, when they met again, the first thing that Sahib asked the narrator was whether her school was ready. Then the narrator realized that it was really a bad thing that she did. She made a false promise which she could not fulfill. But then she realized that such promises are made to such people almost every day. After some months of knowing Sahib, one day the narrator asked his full name, and Sahib said that his full name is Sahib-e-Alam, of which the narrator found out the meaning. The meaning was the Lord of the universe. He was living in such a bad condition, and then he is given the name Sahib-e-Alam. Actually, Sahib and his family, they were from Bangladesh. And in Bangladesh, the storm had destroyed their fields completely and even their household. They were left with nothing. So in the hope of having a better future at Simapuri, they shifted from Bangladesh to a camp. And so they started to live at Simapuri, Delhi. The narrator found that all these rag pickers are mostly found barefooted. So she asked them why they are not using the slippers. So one of the rag pickers told that, since my mother kept my slippers in the shelf and she did not give it to me, I did not wear it. Whereas the other one said that it is a custom of walking barefooted. The other one said, actually I don't like slippers, I want to have shoes. Hearing this, that he wanted shoes, the narrator was reminded of one of the incidents in UDP. The author remembers a man in UDP who as a young boy used to pray to the goddess in the temple whenever he used to pass from there to have a pair of shoes, because his father was a priest there. So almost every day he used to pass near the temple, and every time he was passing, he used to pray. Years later, when the narrator visited the same temple again, she found that at the back side of the temple, there was a new house built. And that man came running to author, and the author found that the man had worn shoes. Almost every child was wearing shoes there. So this particular thing reminded her of that incident. It seemed that the goddess had fulfilled his wish, whereas here these rag pickers remained barefooted as there wasn't anyone to fulfill their wish. Here, for these children, garbage is gold. And here when we talk about the children, for children, it's just like treasure hunt, because sometimes they find something useful in the garbage. But for adults, it's a means of survival. Children, they do it out of the interest of getting something new, maybe something strange. They are always expecting that it's a wrapped gift. But for adults, it's a means of survival. Whatever they get it, they are selling it and earning something. Now here, one of the acquaintance of the narrator took her to Simapuri. So narrator got an opportunity to visit Simapuri, where she found that the houses were all built in an improper way. The people at Simapuri were the refugees from Bangladesh. They were living in the mud structures with roofs of tin and tarpaulin. And these people were living in really a pathetic condition. There wasn't any facility of running water. No drainage system was there. Everything was just somehow managed. The rag pickers have lived there for around 30 years, and they do have ration cards with them. These ration cards were the reasons for not sleeping empty stomach. They used to get at least the food with those ration cards, and somehow they were managing, and their life was simply passing. They were passing the time. They, who once lived in a green area, are now compelled to live in an area which is not suitable, but still they were trying to adjust themselves. Over the years, rag picking has become the art for the children. The family kept on increasing, and everyone in the family, even the children, they were engaged in picking the rags. They used to carry plastic bag on their shoulders, in which collecting the things and keeping it them as a treasure. One winter morning, the narrator found Sahib after a long period of time. After some time, one winter morning, the narrator found Sahib watching the game of tennis. And there, he shared his feeling with the narrator that, I love to see this game. He said, I want to have this tennis shoes. And sometimes this gatekeeper, out of mercy, allows me to get in. There, the narrator found him wearing tennis shoes. Although both the shoes were of different colors, still he had the happiness that he got a shoe. Probably a rich boy discarded these shoes because of a hole in it. But for Sahib, it was his dream come true. He was happy with those shoes with holes even. Another morning, the author sees Sahib with a steel canister. And there, the happiness on his face was not there. The reason for the disappearance of his happiness was that now he is not his own master. He has started a job for which he is paid 800 rupees per month. Earlier, he used to carry just a light plastic bag which has got replaced by a steel canister which was actually very heavy for him to carry. When the narrator talked to Sahib, she learned that Sahib was working in a tea stall. All his meals were free and he was given 800 rupees per month. But he was not very happy. The happiness disappeared from his face because as he had to work according to the wish of his master. Children, look at the plight of the poor rag pickers. We are so privileged to have everything with us. We are the people when once share our desire with parents and elders, it is fulfilled. But look, there are children around us who are really living a pathetic life. Sometimes they even don't get a meal of the day, which actually is making them very weak. How difficult it is for them to cope up. Have we ever thought of them? No. We are busy in our own world. Let us take a pledge to help at least such people in the society so that if we can be the means of bringing happiness in someone's life, how good it would be. Only by writing and making the people aware of their plight is not sufficient. We need to do something for them. If we can, yes. If God has strengthened us so much that we can do something for them, let us help them. Not to overburden, not to show that we did something, but just to bring happiness in their life. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like, share and subscribe for more.